Good morning, everyone. This is a special early ass edition of Q's Corner, coming live from my son's room. And I'm just wondering, is it just me, or have you noticed the uptick in commercials displaying interracial relationships, uh, like at a phenomenal rate, at rates that don't even make any sense, at rates that don't even equate to the actual statistic. Now, I've stated my piece on this. I've spoken it dozens of times. Right? I'm not necessarily a fan of it, but I don't go around trying to dictate or criticize people for whoever they decide they want to be with. That's not my responsibility, and that's not a task that I am willing to take on to be like, you can't be with whoever you decide that you want to be with. But I do want to question the validity of it all and why every time every time I do a video, like, really. But I do want to question the validity of why the uptick now, because it seems to me like they're pushing an agenda. And that agenda is they're trying to push this narrative of, like, there's this abundance of um, black women with white men. And statistics show that it's the other way around. And I've spoken on it about a handful of times where I said, it's funny how whenever there's a black man with a white woman, that black man is almost treated like toxic waste. Or even like in the video that I did about from the root about white wives matter. That was the name of the article. It's always a topic of discussion when black men do it, which lets me know that there's an envy. There's a certain level of envy that goes into it, regardless of what's being said or who tries to say what or who tries to say it doesn't bother them. It bothers them because when you have to constantly keep talking about it, that means it's an issue. It's like if you break up with somebody and you say I'm over that person, it don't make no difference, what they doing. But then you start bringing up, oh, I seen so and so. I seen my ex with this dude or whatever. Like, if you over it and it doesn't bother you, then there's no reason for you to talk about it. But from a marketing standpoint, what is it that the people who are marketing these products, what are they trying to tap into in the psyche, in the deep dark crevices of the mind that people like to pretend doesn't exist? Why would you consistently put this image on TV when the statistics don't bear it out? It's a very small percentage of black women. I would have to look it up to get the exact numbers. But it's a very small percentage of black women that are actually in interracial relationships. So what is this incessant need to push this imagery? And I look at it as the same as these rappers looking like fruity dudes, you know, with all the effeminization of black men. Like, it's everywhere. and it's being pushed. It's an agenda. So, let me know in the comment section if you notice this too. And like I said, it doesn't bother me. It's just something that I notice. What bothers me about interracial relationships is because the critique and the criticism is not on. It's not equal. It's not even, and it's not fair. Black men get called all types of sellouts and coons and whatever when they do it, but then when black women do it, they're just expanding their options. Their options are limited with finding so-called good black men. But that's my only issue with it. Like, is if you're gonna critique one, if you're gonna critique the man for doing it, then you also need to critique the woman for doing it too. If we're gonna go down this path, but so far as the whole commercial things and seeing these things in public and billboards, it's like very odd to me that this is something that's being pushed. And even now when I go out and I'm at the mall and whatnot, I'm starting to see these a lot of black women with white men, and um maybe this is just the trend that is trending right now. Maybe they're tapped into something or whatnot. The conspiracy side of me says I think this is an agenda that's being pushed. Just like when they started pushing the agenda of black men with white women, to me that was an agenda. The same thing with the rappers and the feminization of them. That this is something that's being pushed, and it's just a shame that people don't have a strong enough mind to be like, you know what? Irregardless of what's being pushed, I'm not going with that because I know that that's some type of agenda that's being pushed. Either way, let me know in the comment sections if you've also noticed this too, and maybe give me your take on it. I don't necessarily have a negative or a good thing to say about it, but it is just something I happen to notice. So let me know what your take is in the comment section, and maybe I'll come back with another quick video before I gotta get ready for work. All right, peace.